Hayley, whatever this is, I can't. I got 12 deals to close by EOD.
I am shook. People don't see me as an adult. I'm an adult, right? This hamster lady said I was a big child. Is it because I'm trying to do all the Hayley Julia stuff?
It's certainly not helping.
Sup, dadders? As hinted at in my review of Violence of the Clams, this episode proves that no member of the Smith family can hold an episode on their own. Even Roger. The American Dad staff doesn't have that writing ability or want to take that risk. They not only need one another to bounce off of, but they need a secondary cast to bounce off of. You know what would make a storyline like this work? If the writers were brave enough to actually challenge the characters as they are. Well, I don't think, well, let me explain. And if you want a spoiler-free review, this episode sucks, I give it a D. The episode itself starts out with Hayley adopting a hamster and Klaus having something to do in 5 minutes. That will be important later. Turns out the hamster adoption agency thinks Hayley is irresponsible and a child. So Hayley volunteers to take care of 13-year-old Gilda, Roger's persona. What follows is basically 20 minutes of Gilda falling in love with the preacher, Hayley having to deal with the crush of a 13-year-old, followed by a mob hit on the preacher, Hayley getting shot, entering heaven, and coming back to life in a successful hamster adoption. You see how easy it was for me to explain the entire episode? Hayley's entire plot is to prove that she is an adult. All it proves is that Hayley is indeed a child. Instead of dealing with a let's talk 13-year-old Roger, just trust me, I've been 13, I know what it's like to have a crush. While Roger is acting really accurate to what a crush feels like, they are playing it up to 11 and it annoys me, but I'll get into that here real soon. Hayley decides to head to the preacher and just listen to how that turns out.
Okay, sir, this stops now.
What?
Just cool it. I'm being so hot. You have been really inappropriate with an impressionable young woman.
I have in no way been inappropriate with anyone. I don't know what you're talking about.
How about walking in here with an ass like that for one? You have a hot face. Your dimples are insane. Okay, now I'm feeling it, so just stop it. Have a little decency. Turn around. Jeez Louise, you need to hide your body more. Are you hearing my message? Steer clear of Gilda.
See how that turns out? Hayley blames the preacher for the feelings of a 13-year-old girl. Not only that, but she salivates over him. That by itself is a sign of immense immaturity. Not only that, but none of that deals with anything with making Hayley prove that she is an adult. See, here's the thing. Being adult is about responsibilities. And Hayley has that in spades, especially with Jeff. Jeff should be enough to prove that Hayley is an adult, and she knows how to take care of someone and, frankly, a hamster. Now, Hayley does manage to get Gilda and her father to make up, and they both shake hands and form
Raider Dave! Wow, all roads lead to Raider Dave.
Which, I will admit, I love that callback. Top it all off, Hayley keeps to herself. She doesn't stretch herself as a character, which would have actually made this episode quite interesting. What she does is a bunch of cliched garbage. The entire episode features Roger playing an emotionally distant father and an emotionally troubled daughter obsessed with dirty dancing. So what does Hayley do? Try to introduce Gilda to some boys her age. Here's the thing. Parenting and adulting are two different skill sets. I know this because I volunteer at a children's hospital, a women's shelter, and as I've worked at each spot, I've been in positions where I watch over kids to some extent. It's more like a babysitting job like Hayley's doing here. There's been like this osmosis of a few parenting skills, but it's something to where I can just take care of a 13-year-old by themselves. But here's the thing, I can adult just fine. I can hold a job, I can pay my bills, I can do adult responsibilities like cleaning the house. That is adulting. What Hayley is trying to do is prove she is adult by parenting. She's not adulting. But that doesn't even get into the fact that Roger is playing a 13-year-old girl. Now, I know he's done it in the past, but he is 1,601 years old. He's playing a 13-year-old girl. I just really find that unsettling. Like, I know I've been 13, and Roger clearly breaks character to tell Hayley that he's only doing this just for her.
I'm doing this for you, so you can prove you're an adult. Don't make me break character again.
Even his defense is absolute trash. Roger can still make choices on his own, and Hayley is an idiot for even going along this route. Roger even says that it's all Hayley's fault. But like, this entire plan was just stupid from the beginning. And the absolute worst part of this episode is that the entire family isn't in this one. Or remember how Klaus had to do something 5 minutes from now? Well, it turns out the entire family went into the deep freezer, which, well, I admit, did get an absolute cackle out of me. But really, this shows just how important the family dynamic actually is. Right now, there's something to break up the monotony of Hayley. And American Dad is worse off for it. Problem with having a character on their own is that they need to be strong enough on their own. The entire family from season 1 has been built as a dynamic. They play off of each other. Hayley makes fun of Steve. Steve makes fun of Hayley. Steve goes with his friends. Hayley goes with Danuta. Hayley talks with Jeff. Hayley deals with Stan. Hayley deals with Francine. All this makes the show interesting, and there's none of that here, and it just proves that the entire show falls apart if it's only just one character. But that's all I have. Everyone, please let me know what you think in the comments below, and what you think of this new brief format. And everyone, please have fun and enjoy.